Hello. Today is Wednesday. Did a video yesterday, deleted it. Moving on. My main thing I was talking about yesterday that I still want to talk about is how the universe provides things when you need it. And I think that sometimes we forget to notice. We get so busy and wrapped up in all our stuff that sometimes we forget that we were needing something or kind of silently asking for something, and all of a sudden it just appeared, or things worked out the way they were supposed to, just like that, out of nowhere. And so this is my little reminder to y'all to just pay attention to those little moments in your life where, you know, you were kind of silently praying for something or trying to figure out a solution to a problem you were experiencing, and the solution just happened, you know. And my example of this is, and I think I've talked about it in a couple of my recent videos, you know, I love my job. I love what I do. But I'm hurting. My body's hurting. My hands are stiff. They're swollen. I got numbness in my thumbs, you know. And I've noticed that my body does do this every so often. It kind of gets to a point where it's like, listen, you gotta chill. You need a break or something, you know. So, Sunday I didn't feel good, and Monday I was like, maybe I should just take another day off because my hands still hurt really bad. I was just exhausted. I could barely get off the couch on Sunday. And I thought, well, if I still don't feel good when I wake up, I'll just call in sick. Felt fine when I woke up Monday. Of course, I slept most of Sunday off and on, and went to bed at like 12:30 at night, which I normally don't go to sleep till like 3:30 a.m. So I slept and felt better Monday. And on my way to work, I'm debating, okay, well, obviously, you know, my hands still hurt, but not as much, you know. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can do like a altered schedule, you know, and just do like the same hours that the trainees are doing for a week or two, and just let my body have a little more downtime, or take 2 days of PTO, like a Thursday, Friday, and then have Saturday, Sunday, or have Saturday, Sunday, and take Monday, Tuesday, or something, you know, just to give my body a little more downtime to recover. And so I'm thinking this on the way to work. I get to work, and my lead comes over at some point and was like, hey, you're getting another trainee probably Wednesday. So that would make a total of 3 trainees. And I was like, okay. He goes, well, but I'll bounce back and forth so that it's not just like, you know, just you. I was like, okay, that's cool, whatever, you know. Well, then a couple hours later, he comes back and he was like, well, turns out I'm going to have to be training somebody else on something else. So I'm not going to be able to bounce back and forth and help you. So once the 3rd trainee comes in, don't even worry about panels. Just be in training the whole time. Just watch the 3 trainees and don't worry about doing panels. Huh. Interesting. So, in me trying to figure out what I was going to do to help my body have a little more recovery time, it flew and landed right in my lap. So for the next week, at least, I can just sit and help trainees and watch, and my hands get to rest. I don't have to do panels. Isn't that amazing? The universe was like, oh, you need help? Here you go. Done. I love it. So blessed. So grateful. The other thing, I just wanted to share that, because that's one of those little moments that, you know, sometimes we miss. And things like that happen for me. I mean, not all the time. It's not like I'm the luckiest woman in the world or some weird shit like that. But, it could be just because I'm more aware of it. But those kinds of things happen for me. Even if it's once every couple of months, I'm okay with that. I'm blessed, you know? So, it's amazing how the world works like that. Yeah, I've been noticing a lot of things lately where just little things, you know. I've been watching, her name is Reverend Valerie Love, and she's a Christian witch, and she is quite the character. And it's interesting because I was raised in a religion that was kind of, I was in this little religious bubble, and when I was old enough, I pretty much rejected all of it. And ever since then, anytime I hear anybody on a video or a commercial or the radio, I hear any kind of religious connotations or scriptures or prayer, talking about praying to God or whatever, I immediately would click away. Until I came across her. And I've actually been, like, every time she does a video, it's like getting a sermon. But she does it in a way that's not, I don't want to say offensive, but it's not a turn-off for me. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And I enjoy listening to her. She's a character. One of her main things is money. She does a lot of money magic, and she was a financial advisor. She had her own financial advisory company. She worked for, I don't know, one of the big banks or one of the big credit cards as a financial something or other. So, she's, money is a hot topic for her because she wants to help people not only learn how to manage their money, but encourage them to find ways to make extra money. And she also, she just seems to attract money, I guess you could say. I don't know, it's a weird thing, but since I've been listening to her, I got $1 winner on my lotto ticket, which I never win anything, so I was like, cool. I got a nice fat paycheck, which I did the hours for. Let's not fool ourselves. I worked the hours, but it was a much larger paycheck. I ordered something off of Amazon that I needed, and the shipping was free. Just little things like that, where it's like, it's almost like by listening to her, either I'm picking up on things more, or it's like it's I don't know how to put it into words, but I thought that was interesting. Oh, and then the other thing I was going to talk about, I don't remember. Oh, my car. My car is making funny noises again. I don't know what the deal is. It's making this funny humming sound. My battery is a little closer to more normal now, but yesterday it was way above where it usually sits, right in the middle at 13, and it was like way above. Not way above, but it was a couple notches higher than normal. And I'm smelling this burning smell, and I can't figure out where it's coming from. It sounds like my alternator again. I don't know. So I took it to the mechanic this morning. He listened to it, and he said both it sounds like my power steering and my alternator. Well, my power steering fluid was low, so we did add to that, but oh, it stopped making the noise. So it was making this horrible noise when I turned the steering wheel. It's now not making that noise so bad, so maybe that was part of my problem. Hopefully that means it's not going out. Actually, I'm not hearing that sound at all now. Hold on here. I'm not hearing the sound at all. Maybe it was my power steering. Thank you. Because I'm like, I'm really going to have to dish out another $500 for another alternator that I just had blow up on me a year ago. What is burning up my alternators? So if it does in turn end up to be that, I'm definitely going to have him like search it out and find out what's burning up my alternators, because something's obviously burning it up. Oh, there, I hear it. Just a little though, not like it was. It was way louder. So yeah, So on one hand, I had a blessing fall in my lap, and on the other hand, my car's about to die. It's how it goes, And you have to. There's a give and take, So I had something come in, something needs to go out. That's how it works. I'm okay with it. I mean, I really am not looking forward to saving spending a large chunk of my savings to fix my car, because I have, a designated thing for that savings. But it is what it is. I have the money in my bank that if my alternator burns up right now, I can pay for a new alternator and the mechanic work. That's pretty blessed. And I can still cover my bills. I'm pretty blessed, that just reminded me, one of the other things that she talked about is, I think they call it, do they call it 80-20? Or 70-30? I don't know. Anyway, she talks heavily about, tithing 10% of everything that comes in, 10% going into savings and investments, so stocks or whatever, and then 10%, I think she does 10% for like herself, so if she's getting her nails done, her hair done, whatever, but I chose to do that third percentage section as a debt section to get some of my debt paid off. So I did this, I started out with the numbers that the percentages, that she suggests, and that was not going to work. That wasn't even going to leave me enough for gas, cigarettes, groceries, nothing. That left me just enough to get gas for a month. So I was like, okay. So I adjusted the numbers, and I adjusted the numbers, and I adjusted the numbers. I think I went from 10% each to, I think it came out to 5%, 5%, and 4%. I think by the time I was done and felt like I had enough money left over to do what I need to do. That was kind of still the rough draft. I need to go back over it and make sure that that's good. But I would really like to start implementing that. When it comes to the tithing part of it, though, I don't belong to a congregational church, and I don't think she does either. So that was one of the questions I had, and then as I watched her videos, she did talk about that, tithing might be a word that turns some people off. But what it's really meaning is, Sorry. What it's really meaning is not donating, but supporting. For me, it's supporting or donating to something that means something to me. So that means I would support somebody's channel by becoming one of their Patreons, or buying a product off of Etsy that helps support somebody's business, which in turn helps them support their family. Donating on a GoFundMe page, those kinds of things. So yeah, I'm totally cool with that, because I can see, well, not really, but I know where I put the money and what use it is probably being intended for. With a church, I feel like they've got, all these congregation is tithing. Probably a lot of them don't anymore. I don't know anything about that. But, if I put $100 in and say that it's for the whatever, I have no way. I don't trust them to in turn put that exact $100 in to that allotment of whatever I wanted it to go to, and I can't see that. So I would rather support somebody individually and do that in a more personal or person-to-person way. So yeah, that's my rant on that. And then I also will need to find areas? No. If I'm going to do investing, I need to find, like stocks or whatever that I'm going to invest in that I'm happy with. I was going to do Bitcoin, but that's like, I think it's over 1,000 a share now. I don't got that kind of money, so we'll see about that. But, yeah. And then the debt section, I'm going to split in half and do 2 at a time, possibly, depending on the size of the bill. If the amount of money coming out for the month is $110 and the bill is $97, well, that's all going to go to that bill that month. So we'll see how that goes. But I have this funny OCD thing where I would have to physically move the money from my paycheck into a separate card or in cash to then turn it into whatever it's going to in order for me to feel like that's what I'm doing. I can't just subtract out of my paycheck and subtract out of my paycheck and then make sure that it's all adding up. My brain can't do that. It doesn't consider it done. It's this weird thing I have with, I don't know if it's with numbers or money specifically, but it drives my husband crazy because if he borrows money or I borrow money, so say he borrows $60 and then he has to pay a $50 bill for me, I still need that $60 back in hand, and then I will give him 50 of it back for the bill that he paid. And that completes the cycle in my brain. I don't know. Anyway, this video is like super duper long, so I'm going to go for now, and I will talk to y'all later. Hit that subscribe button, hit that comment button, hit the bell, hit that comment button, hit that like button, leave me a comment. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.